What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Chig coming at you with another review video. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite indie titles on the Switch so far, Miles & Kilo. Thought it looked pretty interesting, so I picked it up, and I have zero regrets about doing so. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we have a new video. Let's get right into it. At first glance, it would be easy to think that this is just another side-scrolling platformer, but it's a little more interesting than that. The story is pretty engaging, and for what it is, and the mix of controlled quality platforming alongside some endless running aspects makes the game pretty unique. The gameplay of Miles & Kilo is really spot on. The controls are responsive, and the levels are punishing if your timing is off. The levels vary greatly in difficulty, and that is a pleasant change from some of the other side-scrollers that I have played. The combat system's kind of interesting. It's a one-hit kill scenario. If you get touched by anything, you're restarting the level. However, your weapon of choice is, well, throwing fruit, which is pretty intense. You can also jump on the baddies, but that's not nearly as fun. The boss battles are where the game gets the most interesting in my opinion. When you're playing through the boss battles, they each have their own little gimmick that you have to follow in order to beat them, as well as the platforming and obstacles dodging involved with keeping up with them. It's really fast-paced and you're unable to miss a beat or you'll fall too far behind or die. There's also kind of a catch-up mechanic in the game to help you get through. If you die too many times on a regular level, you'll get a spiky fruit in the beginning that makes you invincible. However, you can still die if you drown or fall off the map. This catch-up mechanic is not present on boss battles, thankfully. Each of the game's levels can be cleared without stopping, making this a really good game for speedrunners. Both Miles, which is the character you play, and Kilo, your dog, have their own moves. Miles can wall jump, slide, punch, toss fruit, and Kilo can somersault through walls and dash through the air to hit baddies. After you beat the story mode, a special time attack mode is unlocked, giving you even more variety for gameplay. I don't really have much else to say about the gameplay. It's crisp, clean, and fun. Gameplay scores an 18 out of 25. The visuals in this game are pretty charming and fun. The sprite work is great, and there's a variety of enemies that are all unique. The level design is also really great. Each level has its own theme and sticks to it pretty well. It has a very Mario-esque feel to it, and that's exactly where you want to be with this type of game. The objectives are pretty clear, and since you have to reload your fruit, it's great that they're easy to see. Fruit, along with the coins in the levels, are the things to grab to get the highest scores possible. It's hard to have much else to say about the visuals as there's only overworld in each individual level. I would say at this point that this is the most lacking thing in Miles & Kilo, however it's still really great looking. I'd also like to add that throughout my playing experience, I did not have any frame drops or any game stutters. I do have to have a least favorite aspect of the game, and it's going to be visuals in this one. Visual scores of 15 out of 25. There's not a whole lot to say about the audio in this game because there's so few things going on, but it does remind me of some of the arcade games I used to play as a kid. Each level has its own soundtrack that is one theme and fast-paced, and the boss battle music is frantic and exciting. The gameplay audio is really great as well. The jump sounds really remind me of some old school games. The throwing and thud of the fruit on enemies is very satisfying, and there's a little audio cue when you die. Everything has its own little sound, and it's timed perfectly with the gameplay. I never had any issues with extra noise or audio stutter either, so that's always a plus. Audio scores a 19 out of 25. Now to my favorite part of the video, the value. As always, the value of the game is subjective. However, I feel as though Miles & Kilo offers some good return on investment. Coming in at $7.99 on the eShop, this game offers hours of fun and excitement. Your mileage may vary depending on if you just want to play through once, or if you just want to get all the achievements and achieve an S rank on each level. If you play your way through the game just one time, you're looking at 2 to 4 hours of gameplay. However, if you're trying to get every achievement in the game and achieve an S rank on all the levels, you could get several times that from Miles & Kilo. The value scores an 18 out of 25. Overall score for Miles & Kilo, 70%. If you're looking for a game that's easy to pick up and play and has great gameplay, or if you're just a fan of side-scrolling action platformers in general, I would 100% recommend picking this one up, folks. I really enjoy action platformers, and I can say without a doubt that Miles & Kilo gets the Chig seal of approval.